Well, I tell you, there's my lovely little loser. It's me, your friendly internet Saturday. Here with my co-host, Bob. Hello. And today, this is going to be an insane opinion. Partial insane reaction to the fact of I'm reacting to what happened on Capitol Hill. So, yesterday, they counted the electoral votes. And a lot of people believe that Pence would nut up and go, I don't count these, or I believe in the Republican ones. No, that was never going to happen. Sorry. I wanted Trump to win as many people did, as easily like half the country did. But it just wasn't going to happen. I mean, I think I was done believing when the Supreme Court showed how cowardice they really are against the Texas suit. They didn't even see it. There's no standing. Standing is legal hogwash. It's an easy way for them to get out of it. So, and once again, a lot of people, and I think the funniest thing about all this, I of course did what I do, even though I said I wouldn't do it, and I went on Twitter and was typing in people's comments. I was like, terrorism. I was like, whoever said, didn't Cuomo say, where does it say protests have to be peaceful? And in comparison to BLM and Antifa, they were very peaceful. Yes. What was it? What was the last numbers? It's been also a while since I think they updated them. Over $2 billion in damages and 30 dead. Yep. And during the BLM Antifa protests, peaceful protests, they're riots. And here, Capitol Hill, the public's House of Representatives. See, here's the whole thing. They went around screaming how people on Twitter, of course, are losing their minds, saying that this is true terrorism. Oh, the right is true. This proves the right is true evil. I was like, no, it doesn't. And the fact that, and I just sit there posting all that stuff, posting those little clips about all like, oh, peaceful protest and all. And of course, people then get really angry with me, and I'm just like, you're angry because I'm calling you out on your bull. And you have nothing to prove me wrong. So they went up, people got in, and like the Buffalo guy, I'm hearing things from both sides, one that he's Antifa, BLM, another just QAnon. And the thing about it is, I really don't, once again, it only takes one. It takes one spark to do this, because these are the people, the Trump people, that have been told for 4 years you're a monster. You're evil. White supremacists, racists, and then, of course, these are also people who've had their businesses completely destroyed. And once again, I still remember, what was it, Obama talking about how 4% rise, the 4% rise in the economy was something impossible, and then Trump did it in one term. And then COVID came along and ruined it all, and these people, the Democrats mostly, treated these people like garbage. Yeah. And also people like Mitch McConnell, which, come on, we got to, maybe not term limits, but definitely age limits. You can no longer be after 70 years old. You can no longer be in Congress. That's it. Done. Sorry, bye. But, so, once again, these people who have been spit on, treated like garbage, downtrodden, and then quite literally had an election taken from them. Yeah, no, because you go back and I can hear people already saying, oh, there was no fraud. Really? Oh, all the judges, they said there was no fraud. No, they didn't. They threw it out on standing, on procedure issues, not on the actual facts and merits. And when you have videos of people scanning the same ballot multiple times, of people not allowing Republican observers in the building, and like the big one of Oh, it's time to go home. Time to go home. Pull out the rest of them ballots.
Oh, yeah, there was also no pipe burst.
Yeah, there wasn't. It was a toilet that got stopped up, and that was it. Somewhere else. So, yes, there is fraud. Is it widespread? And that's a big thing. It's not widespread fraud, it's targeted fraud. And that's why they can go around saying it was false, no widespread fraud. It was targeted fraud. In places that they needed. Here's the whole thing. If they had cheated a little bit everywhere, it wouldn't have gone anywhere near as others. But they had to do it once they realized, oh shit, Texas is done. Oh shit, Florida is done. Oh God, no. Texas and Florida got their stuff done that day. But no, weeks, even a month for some places to count the rest of their votes. States changed their election rules.
Which is unconstitutional.
Yeah, they went through it through unconstitutional means. And that's when Texas was like, okay, this disenfranchises our voters.
And then the Supreme Court told them to go screw themselves.
Yep. Oh, I don't want riots. There's already riots. There's going to be more. You think this is going to stop? Half the country will never, ever accept Biden or Kamala as president and vice president. They won't. Because there is plenty of evidence. There's no evidence. Yes, there is. But you're a low information voter who still thinks the media is your friend.
That's the difference between people of the right and people of the left. People of the right get their sources mainly from right-leaning news, but they also go get it from moderates and leftists.
Whereas leftists, on the other hand,
only get it from left-leaning sources.
And left-leaning sources, if it bleeds, it leads. Shut up, we know best. You don't know anything, you idiot. So we had 4 years of that. Then a terrible election where they do everything. What was it? One of the counties, the state government was like, we need the records and all that stuff. And the county was like, nah, we ain't gonna give it to you. I know we've been subpoenaed, but we still ain't gonna do it. You can't do that.
Well, they can.
You're not supposed to. I would have sent in police, everything to go get them. But no. And the other problem is, then you had people like Powell and Linwood driving everyone insane. The Kraken. A bed should be thrown for treason. You want to know what the punishment for treason is?
Death.
And now you have Democratic senators and politicians going, every Republican, blah, 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 politician that helped Trump needs to be put for treason. That's death sentence. And this is all of it. All that's been going on. All these mostly peaceful protests where no one gets in trouble unless they kill someone. People throwing IEDs, Molotovs, burning places down. They set up an autonomous zone. We don't care. Unless you do it to us. And now it's big because they did it on government property. Oh, wait, federal property? What about the other place back in Portland? Nah, that didn't count. Didn't count because Trump was still president. And we needed people to hate him. Now, here's the big thing, another thing about the Senate, them getting the 2 seats. Once again, it's screwy. The numbers are screwy because when they're counting the numbers, suddenly the numbers go down.
Wait, that's not supposed to happen.
Correct. The numbers don't go down until after all the numbers are counted. You don't count the numbers. See, here's the thing. If they're fraudulent, then they just don't count the numbers. But they counted the numbers and then the numbers went down. That's someone screwing with stuff. There was a guy who literally during a hearing was like, oh yeah, I hacked into it. See, I hacked into it. Showing that it's possible. Showing that they're connected to the internet. And they shouldn't be. All of this together. And The right being beaten and told you are worthless, shut up, do as you're told. And then they do what the left has done. And here's the other thing. I can bet you 100% Antifa was in there. Antifa was in there. And maybe they weren't the ones who threw the first stone, but they definitely antagonized, went around yelling stuff and trying to get people even more angry. And then they took out Enrique I don't know. The guy, the leader of the Proud Boys. And I can bet you again, there's probably a reason why. I'm betting this, it's one of those things where if he was there, I'm betting he would have been able to calm people down to a degree. Could he have stopped it? Probably not. But the other thing is, oh no, they pushed past the barriers. Oh no, they went into the building. Dear God! Oh yeah, but it's okay to set fire to everything and destroy property. Once again, that's another reason why I sat there. It's like, okay, because I was just sitting there listening to it. It's like, I hoped it wouldn't happen, but I expected it because you beat people down. You show that this is okay, that nothing will happen to you, and then you do something less so by not causing massive property damage, by not murdering a bunch of people. The person who was killed was a 14-year veteran of the Air Force. And she was killed by a cop. ACAB was already starting on the right when, cops would come out and enforce unconstitutional edicts. Oh, they're done now. The cops now have to fight Antifa, BLM, the far left, and Trump supporters. It's done. It's done. So, once again, you go on Twitter and everyone's screaming. All these meme channels that I like, the post-cat videos, like, oh, you traitors! And then I type and I was like, no, you don't get to say that. They're like, why don't I get to say it? I was like, did you call out BLM and Antifa? I was like, well, why would I do that? And I was like, and then I was like, here's the damage numbers. Here's how many people have died. And you said nothing. You said nothing.
And you come out now and try to virtue signal.
And that's the whole thing. They also, they suspended Trump's account. They suspended Trump's account and people are cheering. You idiots! They suspended the United States president. They have the power to do whatever they want. And when you are no longer useful, just like what Biden did with BLM. BLM, why aren't we allowed at the table? Biden was like, because you're useless idiot. Because you were useful idiots. And now I don't need you anymore. So shut up. Sit down. That's it. That's it. They had the Senate. They have the House. They're going to pack the Supreme Court unless the Supreme Court continues to do absolutely nothing. But they're probably going to do it anyways. And they have the presidency. Now, the whole thing is, the only thing we can hope for now is that they screw everything up so bad in the next 2 years that Senate, House sweep red. But here's the problem. If it does, we have 2 years to get Trump populist Republicans into offices. We need AOCs over here. We need AOC starting things because now, no, she's realized who butters her bread, and she's gonna make sure she gets that cheddar.
Well, can you blame her?
No, I can't really. Go from bartender to middle class kid bartender, and now, yeah, it's like the biggest thing she's gonna be remembered for is like she played Among Us and has 12 million followers on Twitter. The amount of money she makes is from people outside of her state. That's how she's able to campaign so well. It's not the people in her state, people in her district don't really give a crap too much because she's not done good by them, but everyone else loves her because honestly they don't have to deal with her that much. So we need, because, and that's been happening. There have been several. I remember watching Timcast and stuff like that, and seeing Timcast IRL, and seeing these people like Candace Owens and stuff like that, kind of pushing to get all this to move people. We need more Ron Pauls, a lot more, and hopefully we can do that because Here's the thing. Even if in 2022, in 2022, when the elections start up again, here's the thing. Okay, so say it does go, say red just takes over, but they're like Mitch McConnell, then we've done nothing. Nothing happened, nothing changes, because they're just rhinos, Republicans in name only. It's all a uniparty. It's people who only look out for themselves and will say and do whatever, but then when it comes to the brass tacks, they'll just like, nah, what you gonna do? You can't do none. 2024, if Trump doesn't get, Trump may leave, I can see Trump just leaving. Here's the whole thing, if Trump, depending, because a lot of people in states now want to go after him. They want him arrested and stuff. And there's zealots out there that may actually try. So if the red states truly do get pissed off enough and become their own nation kind of thing, then Trump's going to go there. But if everything just continues as normal and all that stuff, Trump's probably going to leave. Because he can pardon himself on federal stuff. He can't pardon himself on this state stuff. So, but at the same time, if he stays, and we all know it's all going to go to pot. I've invested more and more into Bitcoin, and it's funny because I had, I think, a couple $100 in Bitcoin, and then I look at it today, and it's jumped up by like another 100. 7% increase because stimulus checks, shut down the economy, open back up to China, print more U.S. dollar. The dollar is going to be meaningless. It just is. So, they're going to ruin everything. They're going to push social politics like crazy because that's what got them there in the first place. And even though they don't care, as long as they push social politics, they don't have to make actual change. They don't. So they're going to ruin everything, and in hopefully 2 years, we can get actual people who populist Republicans in, and then they can sweep and take everything, and then Biden, of course, is going to be a lame duck president. He's not getting a second term. And then in 2024, either Trump comes back and runs again and sweeps everything, or hopefully we get a different Republican who actually, once again, we get another one like Trump. But I'm not surprised at what happened yesterday. I'm not. Because you treat people like utter trash. Call them monsters and lie and do all this stuff. Lie straight to their face with evidence behind you. The CNN thing.
Oh, yes, mostly peaceful protests as a guy stands in front of a burning building.
Yep. Yeah. You take away their jobs. You take away their freedoms because of edicts, unconstitutional edicts, and you treat them like I said, you treat them like absolute trash. They'll rise up. It's the same thing that happened in 1776. What was it?
Taxation without representation.
Yeah, no, these people don't represent us anymore. But they're like, we can't be touched. And my biggest thing is, I'm still sitting here thinking, with what happened today, and how crazy everything is, there's another reason why Biden isn't going to have his inauguration normally.
Mainly because someone might shoot him.
I could easily see that. I could see, because with how crazy everything's gotten, I could easily see someone just waiting. Especially the BLM people and the Antifa people after they helped get you elected. And then you threw them under the bus. And they thought there'd be no repercussions. They thought the riots would stop.
Oh, so yeah, now Gavin Newsom is going after everyone.
Yeah, because Trump is gone. It can't be helped. Now we can do it. It's over. It's over. It is, once again, it's one of those things I hoped, but he wasn't supposed to win in 2016, and the machine did everything in their power to make sure he didn't win this time, and they got it. And here's the thing, Sure, they could go out now later once Biden's inaugurated and do all the stuff showing everything's false. But would that really do anything anymore? No, I don't think so. Anywho, it's one of those things where it's just sad. It's sad that it's come to this, and in all honesty, I'm not too against a peaceful divorce from the United States with the red states. They can sit there and say they're going to be a third world country. Not really. No. We have agriculture. We have massive amounts of land. We have oil in Texas. We have ports. We are right next to Mexico. Texas will be fine. And if other red states follow, then yeah, sure. Good. And we'll see how much of these blue states turn into New York, turn into California. Just watch them circle the drain. Anywho, that's the end of this little insane opinion, little insane reaction to all this. We just gotta move on. And also, I am now. I've downloaded Survival Guide to my phone. I am now. I've stocked up on water and stuff like that, just because stuff's gonna go to pot. Things are gonna jump up in price. PC parts are already thinking about having. PC parts are already gonna go probably 7.5 to 25% price increase. So I'm seeing what I can get now before it all happens. Got a bunch of ammo. Got everything. It's gonna get worse. It ain't gonna get better. It's gonna get far worse. Because now the right has had their moment where they realize they're afraid of us now. And you think that's going to stop? It ain't. Anyways, if you like this little insane opinion, then take a like button and subscribe for more insanity. And I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.